Okay, so now let's do the sake bowl, then the table, and the chopsticks. But before we do all that, let's create the background first, just so we can have some sense of proportions. Okay, that's easy. I'll just create an ellipse. I'll make it yellow, or any color you like. You can make it any color you like, really. And I will send it all the way to the back. And I want to lock it. Now let's create the sake bowl. Again, I'll just create an ellipse, and with the direct selection tool, I will select the top anchor point and simply delete it. I will just hit delete or the backspace key. Now I need to join it, and the quickest way to do that is to simply hit the Ctrl J or Command J if you're on a Mac on the keyboard. And I will make sure it's got the right color. And now I'll just create the base for it, and it will be a simple rectangle. Now I will align these guys properly, and I think I will unite them in the Pathfinder tool. Okay, now I'll do some cleaning up, and I will start creating the table. And for that I will grab the rectangle tool and create the base of the table. I will give it a table color, and now I'll create the legs. Just like so. I want to group them, and I want to group them because I want to align them with the base of the table. And there we go. Wasn't it all easy? But don't unbutton your pants in a sense of duty. Well done. We still got the chopsticks to do, and it will be a bit trickier, so pay attention. Of course, we need to start with a simple rectangle that will be wider than taller. Now let's make one end of the stick a bit narrower, and for that I'll select these two anchor points, and of course I will do that with the direct selection tool. I will hit the S key for the scale tool and enter, or return if you are on a Mac, because I want to make the scale tool active. Now in the scale tool, by decreasing the uniform value, we can bring the anchor points closer together. Of course, you can experiment with these values as much as you like. Just remember that the smaller the value, the closer the anchor points will be. Okay, and now the trickier part. What's left to do is these ornaments right here. We could just create rectangles and forget about it. But I always want to be precise, and as you can see, the rightmost rectangle is clearly smaller than the first one. So we could play around with the corners and try to make it all look nice, but that's too much trouble to my taste. I want to do it quickly and not worry about the size. So again, I'll just create rectangles with proper colors. I will position them appropriately. And what I want to do now is I want to copy the chopstick into my clipboard. So I will just go ahead and use the combination of Control or Command if you're on a Mac plus C. And I will paste my chopstick in front of the rectangles. Now what I want to do is I want to select the chopstick and the rectangles. And now I want to go to the Object menu, Clip-in Mask, Make. And just like that, I got the chopstick created, and it's looking quite nice. Now I will group these guys, and I'll make sure that Rotate tool is active by pressing the R key on the keyboard. and I will just press Enter, or Return if you're on a Mac, to rotate the chopstick a little bit. Again, this is optional, and if you don't want to do it, you of course don't have to. Now, still with the Rotate tool active, I will click somewhere to the left, and holding down the Alt or Option key on a Mac, I will rotate and duplicate at the same time my chopstick. I can reposition it a little bit, and there we go. We got the icon ready. Sure, we could polish it a little bit, maybe play with the colors, but I will leave it, well, as always, for you to experiment. So I hope you had fun. I hope you learned a thing or two. Tell me what you think about this design in the discussion board, and see you next time.